Are you a new real estate investor who wants to get started in flipping or wholesaling houses? Stop right there. This video is going to be for you. My name is Stacey Johnson and I'm a real estate investor who turned negative $30,000 on our first flip to over $300,000 in net profit in 2023 from flipping and wholesaling houses in Hawaii. Here's my 10 tips for flipping houses for newbies. Tip number 1, research the market. You want to understand what market you're staying in. You got to know where the streets turn from A to C. You got to know what they're selling for in these markets. You got to know what kind of people are wanting to buy. Get a good idea of what's going on in your market. Tip number 2, research your audience. You want to understand what kind of people are buying these properties. If you're focusing on single family homes, understand what kind of people are buying it. Are they families? How old are they? What kind of design do they want? If you're selling condos, who are they? Are they couples? Are they military? What kind of design they want? How they're going to buy these properties? You got to understand your target buyer. Tip number 3, build a network. You cannot do this adventure alone. This is a risky adventure and you're going to have other people on your side that have done this before. It's super important that you have people you can ask questions to. When I was first getting started, I had somebody literally handhold me through the process because all I did was provide her value that she was willing to teach me everything she knew about real estate investing. So it's super important to go to local real estate investing meetups, events, and just network with people online and provide value in as much ways as you can possible. Tip number 4, know your financing options. Whether you're going to buy properties with conventional financing using owner-occupied loans or non-owner occupied loans using DSCRs, hard money, private money, you need to understand all the different types of financing options. So just to name a few, DSCR loan is a loan that you can buy rental properties with that are based off of the rental property income instead of based off of myself as the borrower. Number 2, hard money loans. These are loans specifically for fix and flippers like myself. They usually fund about 80% of the purchase price. And number 3, private money. This is going to be how you're going to fund the rest of the purchase price if you're unable to buy it with your own money. If a hard money lender is going to fund 80%, you're going to have to come up with the other 20% plus closing costs and any renovation costs. Tip number 5, find distressed properties. We are not in the business of convincing people how to sell. We are in the business of providing a solution for those who need to sell. So you're looking for a needle in a haystack opportunity. You're not looking for the people who have the time to list it on the market and pay commissions with a realtor. You're looking for somebody who needs to sell right now because they have this complicated situation that only a real estate investor can solve. With that said, there's many different ways that you can find these homeowners. Number 1 is through real estate agents. Typically, they're also marketing to these sellers. So if you're an investor in their back pocket that can provide an alternative solution to what they're able to offer, then you know that you're going to be able to provide value for these realtors and the sellers. Number 2, attend foreclosure auctions. This is a great place to find properties that have already went into the foreclosure process and the lender is now auctioning off this property at a pretty steep discount compared to what you can get it on the market. You are going to have to buy this property cash, so just something to keep in mind. And number 3 is direct to seller marketing. You can do either inbound or outbound marketing. Inbound marketing means leads are coming to you, means that you're probably sending out some kind of direct mail or you have a website that is in a Google search and the homeowners come to you and they call you that they want to sell. Outbound marketing is, for example, in cold calling, I'm reaching out to the homeowner, seeing if they want to sell. I actually made it a free guide for how I cold call in one of the most competitive markets in the nation, in Hawaii. Go to the link in the description below to download that free guide. And I actually teach people how to use this exact system step by step every single month. If you want to join in on those webinars, go to the link in the description below to sign up. Another way that you can do this is through driving for dollars. Drive around your neighborhood and find distressed properties that are either abandoned or need a lot of work and contact the homeowner to see if they're looking to sell. Tip number 6 is know how to analyze properties. You have to understand how to accurately find the after repair value of a property. The after repair value is what you think the property can sell for once it's completely fixed up. I will typically use PropStream and I will link a video below that shows you exactly how I use PropStream to find this after repair value. With that said, if you do not know how to find your after repair value, all of your numbers will be wrong and you're not going to be able to make money on this flip. You might even lose money, and I've done that before. On my first flip, I guessed my after repair value wrong, which is how I ended up losing $30,000. Don't be that guy, and make sure you download props in order to analyze properties accurately with accurate data. If you're looking for a free 7-day trial, go to the link in the description below and sign up for a free 7-day trial on PropStream. Tip number 7 is use effective marketing strategies when selling your properties. You want to make sure this property looks amazing. So here are 3 tips in order for you to effectively market your new flip. Number 1 is thoroughly professionally clean the house. Pay $1,000 if you have to thoroughly clean this house, because there's going to be new buyers coming in and they don't want to see all this construction dust that happen after construction in their new home. Tip number 2 is stage the property and get really good photos. You want to make sure that this homeowner, when they see the photos, they can imagine themselves living in this house because of how beautiful your photos are. And get a video, because video is key as well in these days. Tip number 3 is to market it on all online platforms, whether that's Zillow, Redfin, Craigslist, Facebook, and any other marketing channels that you know online. Get it on all of those different platforms. For me, when I have my rental, I do it on Airbnb, I do it on Furnish Finder, I do it on VRBO. You want to get on every single platform so you get as many eyes on your property. Tip number 8 is building a reliable team. This will make or break your project. You got your contractors, you got your project manager, you got your agent who's going to sell the house, you got your cleaner, you got all your subcontractors. Make sure you have all these people lined up, your escrow officer. If these people are not on top of it, your property is doomed to fail. I've had to fire multiple contractors before because they weren't able to execute on the job. Be careful when hiring new contractors. Your best bet is to hire a licensed general contractor, someone who has the license number actually in their name and not using it from somebody else. Tip number 9 is budgeting and property management. When you go buy this property and you create a scope of work for your project, make sure you have a correct budget for it. You don't want to be off on your budget amount, because if you are $10,000 off and you have to spend $10,000 more, that's $10,000 eating into your potential profit. Well, let's say you only projected $20,000 on your flip in profit. Now you're only making $10,000. Was that flip actually worth it? With that said, you want to create a full scope of work with a full budget. When you go get contractor bids, make sure you get at least 3 bids so that you can compare apples to apples on this exact scope of work and figure out which contractor is going to be the one to do your job. Remember, the cheapest is not always the best, and sometimes the cheapest actually makes you spend the most money. This has happened to me when I've had to fire contractors because their work was so bad that I had to get them off the job site and remove all of their work and redo it by paying another contractor. You end up taking double the time and double the amount of money. Don't make that mistake. So that takes me to tip number 10, and that's learning from your mistakes. This business is very difficult and you will make mistakes. With that said, learn from your mistakes. Don't just give up. You want to actually take those lessons that you learn and apply it on the next project that you partake in. Hope that helped. Thanks for watching, guys. Aloha, and see you on the next video. Shoots!